time now. And is it working? Yep. All right. Hey guys, Warriors NRL Fanatics back today with tonight a pre-recorded video. You'll get this video up later tonight. So we're going to be going through our player ratings for round 22's game, which the Warriors won on the weekend, 3 wins in a row. So what we're going to do is go through our ratings from 1 to all the players, from the starting team all the way to the bench. Off at fullback, Reece Walsh. How do you think Reece Walsh went against the the Bulldogs? I've got it down here. Bulldogs. Yeah. How do you think the Reece Walsh went against the Bulldogs?
Yeah, look, it went good. But before I start, just hey guys, how's it going? This is Old Ball HTB, and I'm looking forward to doing some awesome play ratings with Fanatics. So yeah, we'll get into it. Reece Walsh, I thought he was very clinical that game. Though he got shut down, I think he was very evasive, very aware of the space around him, which was good to see. A few good passes, obviously set one up for Gossi. Scored a try himself. Seems to be sort of an occurring theme. For me personally, I give him a 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think Reece Walsh. Look, I personally thought he had a bit of a quiet game, but he still scored a try and set up a try as well. According to your try assist, he scored 1. He's got 1 try assist by the NRL app here. Reading. But I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I think he was solid. He had a solid game, but I didn't think he was the standout player. But yeah, I think he just did his job. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. But moving on to Edward Cozy. How do you think Edward Cozy went? Look, I know a lot of people have their doubts over Edward Cozy, but I thought he did a good job. What do you think? How do you think he went?
Yeah, look, it was definitely one of his better games, but I suppose you can probably add in a bit of mistakes and errors in there too. He did take on for the team, obviously getting hit in the face by Katoa, but look, all jokes aside, scoring 1 try, saving some, sort of running well. I've got to give him a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought Edward Cozy was solid, and I'm going to give him around about a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, he did some good things. He did some mixed things, like, maybe it's quite a few times he scored a try. Like I said, he scored a try. I think he's a 6.5 out of 10 from a 6.5 out of 10. So, yeah, moving on to Peter Hiku in the centres. I thought Peter Hiku had a great game. What do you think? How do you think he went?
Yeah, look, it was his 150th, right? A superb game. He does the little things right. Yep. He's a great distributor of the ball, as we all know. A few good tackles. Again, defensively has been good, surprisingly, considering the last couple of years he's hasn't been up to par. So his defensive game has definitely lifted. Again, their maturity as well, all for us to see, and he showed it well. Look, I think he did what he had to do. Again, 150th as well. I personally give him a rating of 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think Peter Hiku's been great since coming back into the side, and we're really going to miss him at the end of the season, actually. And I'd love to see us keep him, but we've got lots of Rocco Berry for the future, so we would come into the side. It's just I don't want to see Rocco Berry not play in the first grade side, but I thought Peter Hiku had a great 150th game, actually. So yeah, I'm going to give Peter Hiku a 7 out of 10. Yeah, for me. But moving on to the other centre appearing, Pompey. How do you think Adam Pompey went?
I think he was probably one of the more quiet players overall.
Yeah.
He was okay. I guess a few good carries, a few good passes, I guess. Look, overall, though, I think for me personally, his stock has sort of dropped. For me, anyway. I don't think he's the player that he was, especially earlier on the season. I'm not sure what's happened. But in this game in particular, yeah, look, he was okay. I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 10, actually. I think he's been a little bit quiet, now, actually. So, yeah, for me, it's a 5 out of 10 for Adam Pompey. But, I've rated Adam Pompey. He's not a bad player, but, he's been a little bit quieter than he usually has. Last year, he really stood out for me last year, actually. So, yeah, 5 out of 10 for me for Adam Pompey there. But moving on to the other winger, and that is Marcelo Montoya. How do you think Marcelo Montoya went?
Marcelo Montoya. Yeah, look, he went well. Plays well. As I've heard people say, arguably the most underrated buy for the Warriors, or one of the most underrated buys, period, for the NRL. What he contributed in the game, again, was good, gutsy, hard running, good, gutsy defense. But in saying that, again, just that willingness to participate, to play. And I say it many times before, and I'll say it again. If you want him to be a passenger, you put him in the center. If you want him to actually contribute, you put him in the wing. And again, good game, good outing. I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, pretty good game, actually. And look, at the start of the year, I had my doubts over the signing of Marcelo Montoya. I thought, we let go Adam Kieran. He went off to the Sydney Roosters, and he's playing well there at the Sydney Roosters at the moment. But Marcelo Montoya's coming in leaps and bounds, actually. He's played very well, and I believe he's been very good, actually. So I'm going to give Marcelo Montoya here I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I think, he's been not too bad. And, since signing with the Warriors, he's had been very solid. And I know a lot of Bulldogs fans, the Bulldogs fan on the Bulldogs fan podcast, he did a preview of the game last week, and he talked about Marcelo Montoya and how he's actually met the guy. So, yeah, shout out to the NRL Bulldogs fans podcast. Thanks to them for sending in their preview last week. But, yeah, I think he's been great, actually. Marcelo Montoya's been leaps and bounds. He's proven me wrong a lot, and a lot of people wrong, surely. So, yeah, for me, Marcelo, 16 for me. But moving on to the halves now, and I thought our halves have been great lately, and these two have combined very well. And it's Chanel Harris-Tavita. How do you think Chanel Harris-Tavita went?
Yeah, Chanel Harris-Tavita went very well. I'm a big fan of the maturity that we're seeing at the moment. I'm liking how he's picking his spots now, especially offensively, which is good, obviously, and defensively, obviously making tackles, but not trying to put in that big hit, which is good. I'm personally more so looking at it from a health perspective, obviously, trying to keep his body safe, and sort of fit us so that we can use them more. But again, distributing the ball well, playing well, tackling well, kicking well as well, which helped. Look, one of his better overall performances, to be fair, I'd probably argue and say it's probably his best performance so far this year. For me personally, I've got to give him a solid 8 out of 10.
I think he was great. I'm going to give him going to go exactly what you've gone with your rating. Actually, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going with an 8 too as well. I thought, he had a great game. Controlled the game very well. So yeah, for me, an 8 for Chanel Harris. It's going to be great next year to have him alongside Sean Johnson, which will probably be the halves pairing next year. But there's another player putting themselves in that picture, Sean O'Sullivan. Now, how do you think Sean O'Sullivan went in this game? And for me, I believe. I know a lot of people doubt Sean O'Sullivan, but I believe I will resign him. But how do you think O'Sullivan went?
Yeah, look, O'Sullivan to me he's sort of in that positive sort of I guess, up as a player. Again, just working well, gels well with Chanel Harris-Tavita. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe sort of like last week was probably the first time, or the week prior, sorry, was probably the first time we actually got to see them play together. I'm not too sure. You know, I don't think we've actually seen that combination, but again, he just complements Chanel Harris-Tavita well, kicks well, tackles well. Sure, there was a few mistakes though. Don't get me wrong there. He did lead up that intercept try, right? He was part of the reason why Shoop crossed over the line there. And probably was responsible for like a kick or two that went a bit astray. However, in saying that, still composed, didn't panic. Hey, delivered us the cookies at the end. I'm going to give him a good, solid 7.5 out of 10.
Yep, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for me. Just been a bit impressed by the way he's come in, you know, couple of months. You know, he's come in well, and you know, we haven't had a solid, consistent halves pairing this year. You know, we've had so many changes, and yeah, I thought Sean O'Sullivan's, you know, done a good job there. He's done a great job, and I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for me. But yeah, halves played it great, and they've played great the last couple of weeks, and they've been the reason why we've won the last 2 games in a row. So last 3 games, 3 games in a row actually. Counting last week's game, obviously. But moving on to the other position, and that is hooker, and that's Wade Egan in the 22. Obviously, he came in with a late. How do you think Wade Egan went on return?
Look, I think his defensive sort of tactic and I guess guidance was definitely evident there. Obviously, as we held the Bulldogs down to 10 points only, which I think is one of our better defensive records this season. And the way he executed his passes, again, he gelled so well with Chanel Harris-Tavita as well as O'Sullivan. You can definitely tell that he needs to be in the team, especially from the defensive end. For me personally, I think I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10.
Yep. I'm going to around about a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I just, having him back in the team, because defensively, he's pretty good. So it's great to have him back in the team. And look, probably not, I'd say he didn't stand out as the best player for me, but, just did his job. Yeah. So for me, yes, a 6.5 out of 10 for me for Wade Egan. But moving on to the debutant, the NRL debutant, and the Jackson Fry. How do you think Jackson Fry went?
Yeah, look, first and foremost, I think I sort of pronounced his name as Frey, but I do now believe it is Fry as opposed to Frey. So it's Jackson Fry there. So my apologies for mispronouncing your name. But look, back at it. Look, it was a good debut. My understanding is that he's out of contract this year, right? So this is the last year. He's a young player. He offered some good stuff there. He's got a good motor on him as well. He had a few touches. He just did what he had to do in a debut as well. I see him in that current mold and being that he'll be a player that will grow the more he plays, right? So I'm hoping we can utilize him. And just like O'Sullivan, I hope we offer him a contract next year as well. But in this game, playing for the Warriors and a win too, I think I would give him a personal rating of a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think he had too bad of a day. Yeah, I'm going to say around about a 7-ish, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, I don't think he did too much. And congrats to him, huge congratulations, and a shout out to him there, Jackson Frey, on his debut there. So yeah, good job by him to get his first game in the Warriors colours, which has been long overdue. He's had a lot of injury, and it's great to see him back on the field. The next player is Josh Curran. Josh Curran, what a great season he's having, outstanding year. I will be doing a video tomorrow on it, so tune in for that one. Yeah, I'll tune in for that on the channel. I'll do want to talk about Josh Curran's season there. So, yeah, how do you think Josh Curran win this game?
Yeah, he went good. Just quickly, my apologies if not the case. Did you skip over Adam Fanor-Blake accidentally?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Adam Fanor-Blake, because the numbers are all mixed up here. So, yeah, Adam Fanor-Blake, sorry, go back to Adam Fanor-Blake there. How do you think Adam Fanor-Blake went?
Man, our captain was a beast mode. Over 200, I believe 200 run meters and 100 exact post contact meters. And just that little moment where maybe you and I can even sort of discuss it more in depth, but he sort of backs up Reece Walsh there with Tavanga, just showing their hearts and who he is as a captain. High praises for him. I thought last week he played well, and I'd say even this game here equally, he showed up to the task. I give him a personal rating of 9 out of 10. Absolute beast.
Yep. I'm going to have to agree. 9 out of 10 for me. And people might say, Josh Curran should be man of the match, but I've given it to Adam Fanor-Blake in my review video yesterday. So, Adam Fanor-Blake's Josh is great too. It's a very hard one to go on the match for this game. So, yeah, I think Adam Fanor-Blake was great. So, for me, he's been given a 9 out of 10 for me. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 for both of us in regards to Adam Fanor-Blake and the player ratings. So, yeah, moving on now. So, apologies for that, missing out on Adam Fanor-Blake order. So, on to Josh Curran. Like I said, Josh Curran, how do you think Josh Curran went?
Oh, man. Involved in a try, set up a try, tackled his heart out, ran his heart out, battled to the bitter end. He keeps on improving and he keeps on just... I'm actually really surprised at just how well he has played. You could even argue a case that he is probably a contender for this, the end of year Simon Mannering medal, I think. Just, sort of discreetly. Again, just one of his better games. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I thought he played well. He was beast mode as well.
Yep. I'm going to give Josh Curran here the same as Adam Fanor-Blake. Yeah, I'll give him a 9 too. I think, they both stood out absolutely outstanding, those two players. But, 9 out of 10 for me in regards to Josh Curran. But now to Ewan Aiken. And Ewan Aiken's really found a home there in the second row the last couple of weeks. But, how do you think Ewan Aiken went?
Look, probably his quietest game in the second row, which is very surprising considering the opposition we had. But I suppose that's just full credit to the Bulldogs for actually nullifying some of our key players. Look, in saying that, defensively, he was on point. A few breaks where he had a few good runs and a few good hits there. I got to say he did what he had to do. Again, considering, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for this one.
Yeah, look, I think probably, I think he was better last week, this game. Yeah, I think it was better. But he's all right, actually. His stats read not too badly here. So, look, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for me. But I believe the previous game, he was 7 out of 10. But so Jazz Tavanga, Jazz Tavanga's at lock. So obviously, they named him in the 9 jersey, but obviously Jazz was moved to the position. But how do you think Jazz went?
Yeah, look, he played in his preferred position, right? A few good runs, a few good hits. Yep. A bit of a passionate run towards Ryan James as he was about to get into our Reece Walsh there. Look, overall, just a good game. He did what he had to do. I think like a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yep, I'm going to have to say probably around about a 6.5 out of 10 for Jazz Tavanga there. Did his job there and has good preferred position in the lock position for But yeah, moving on to the bench now. Coming off the bench first was in the 14 jersey was Cody Nikorima. So how do you think Cody Nikorima?
Yeah, I think he went okay. Again, sort of was there. Obviously, coming off the bench, playing hooker, he was okay. I'll just give him a 6 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, look, I didn't give him to say that he was outstanding. I don't think he was terrible. So I will say I'll give him a 6.60 from me. But moving on to Bunty Foa, and how do you think Bunty went?
Yeah, look, in terms of running, I think it was one of his better games. I love Bunty from off the back fence, as you know. One of my favorite Warrior players ever, full stop. I just love the energy he brings. Just that real fight back, that we all know that story where he, was injured and apparently the club was trying to ship him out, but then no, he stayed with the Warriors. He wanted to play, and here he is. Another good game from him, solid game. Again, much like some of the other players, did what to do. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10.
I think solid, so I'm going to give him around about a 6 out of 10. But yeah, I think he did not too bad of a job here coming off the bench. Probably, one of his best games. Like he's been quiet this year, but it's good to see Bunty play at his best. So yeah, good job to Bunty. But moving on to the next player is Jermaine Tanoa Brown. Jermaine Tanoa Brown. How do you think Jermaine Tanoa went?
Oh, look, I definitely did notice him. Yeah, I noticed him. A few good runs there, a few good tackles. He was amongst it. I wanted to give him a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, look, I don't think he was too involved actually. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 10 for me. But I didn't see too much of have been involved for me to give him a high rating. But yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. But yeah, the last player on the bench, and that is Elias Katoa. How do you think Elias Katoa went?
Yeah, he ran some solid lines. Again, I still think he's better starting as opposed to coming off the bench. I don't think he has that sort of. He doesn't have that punch forward like Ben Murdoch-Masila has, and I'm not trying to be. What's the word? I'm not trying to sort of slam him when I say that. I just think that Elias Katoa is a better player overall when he actually starts. I think he works well with momentum as opposed to coming off the bench. That's what I've noticed. But ran some solid lines. Did some good tackles. Another game where you can't complain. I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10.
Yep. I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10 for me. Yeah. So yeah. Look, that wraps up the player ratings for round's game against the Bulldogs. Any last words you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, look, not too much. Just probably just it's good. It's good to get that win. Obviously, 3 in a row. We haven't had one since 2018, so it's been a long time between drinks, so to speak. But on top of that, we've got a really tough task, and I'm sure you and I have videos coming up about that regarding the Broncos. But in saying that, yeah, look, thanks again for having me, and it was great doing another player rating, and yeah, looking forward to the next one, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. No one. Thanks to Holding the Ball for coming on the channel again. Being a bit of a regular on the channel, and I've appeared on his channel too quite a few times. But no doubt I'll have Hold the Ball back on the channel again for more videos, more live streams. We'll definitely get Hold the Ball back on the channel because he's a great Warriors fan. He loves his footy, and go check out the Ball. Go subscribe. Go give his videos a watch, and don't forget as well also to subscribe to this channel as well. Like the video as well, and comment your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thanks everyone for watching the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. My NRL tips will be up tomorrow afternoon for round 22 as well. So also a few more videos to come as well during the week. But thanks guys for watching. Next one.